Hello, this is Luca Talks Ball here, and I'm back here with another EFL content, something where I've not done on the channel. Of course, you know my channel is now an MK Dons channel. We have a new logo, we have a new banner. Of course, obviously the banner's not the greatest what I've done, but obviously the logo, of course. Today we are making a video of something different on the channel, ranking every League 2 away day of last season, the 2024-2025. This is something new, something different on the channel for the content, which I've never even really established and done before. And this is something interesting what I want to do. I want to try and do as many video ideas, as my YouTube channel is now an MK Dons channel, EFL content creator. For myself, and I thought I'd end up doing something different. I see everybody's been doing them, so I thought, why not me as the MK Dons fan? I might as well end up trying to have a go and try and do it. So in 24th place, I'm going to go for is Salford City. I went to Salford, of course, in September last year, about 8 months ago. Really not great ground. Of course, the terrace itself is not great. Small away end. It's really out of the way in Manchester. Not going to lie. You have to end up getting like a tram. Then you obviously, it's a bit of a walk to the ground. It's more of like the nearest town centre, like proper night out is to go to Manchester. Not a really good ground. I think like the area itself and the away end, of course, obviously it's class. Salford City is the class of 92. But however, it's just like the area itself speaks for itself. It's really not really a good rough. It's a bit of a rough area. So that's why I've gone for Salford in 24th. In 23rd, I have gone for Gillingham. I've been to Gillingham about 3 times now. Of course, Gillingham, I went there last season. We lost her in the 95th minute. I think it was around April time when we played Gillingham away. Look, don't get me wrong, of course, there's not really anything to do around Gillingham. Of course, you've got like a pub which is about 20 minutes away. I went to some bar, some pub in Gillingham. I can't really remember the pub, what it was called. It was about a 20-minute walk. And the area itself is not that great. And we know, obviously, over the years, it is a scaffolding ground, of course, when you walk to Gillingham. And even sometimes where, look, if it rains on a very, very wet day, you really don't want to be in the scaffolding ground. And look, obviously this season just gone, we were obviously sitting in a different away end because the scaffolding's been closed. And even in the 23-24 season, I remember when we played Gillingham under Graham Alexander, it was really hot. It was like October 2023. And look, Gillingham for me, I have to put them in 23rd. Next, I have to go with 22nd, where I went this year in February for the first time, is Barrow. The problem with Barrow is, of course, it's a ground where it's in the middle of nowhere. I went there on a Tuesday night. It's about 5 hours there. I remember getting home maybe around 3:45 in the morning and telling me it's a nightmare. And look, I'm used to travel experience. Obviously, I do it with MK majority all the time. I just feel like the problem with that away, and don't get me wrong, I think the tent area itself is quite good. Right, it's a little bit of a small ground. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Bristol Rovers. Not quite there. And I will be going to Bristol Rovers next season because I've never done Bristol. But I just think the problem is the pole was in a bit of a way, and their fans are obviously not loud. And we went there on a Tuesday night, and of course, obviously, you're not going to get many supporters going. We took I think it was about 134 fans to Barrow. Hence why I've gone for them in 22nd. In 21st, a ground where I've not been to, of course, obviously I was like looking at some pictures and I was looking at it and I'm thinking I will be going there next season, is Bromley. Bromley, of course, is obviously in Charing Cross in London. I just think the problem with Bromley is obviously you've got like a Wetherspoons outside the ground, outside the train station. The ground itself is more of like a 3G pitch. Non-league ground, of course, and I'll look forward to go there next season when the fixtures come out in June. We'll know obviously to put our calendar dates of who we're going to be playing for next season, starting from August. Hence why I've gone for Bromley in 21st. In 20th, I've gone for Colchester. The problem with Colchester, look, I've been to Colchester 2-3 times, I think twice. Of course, one time I went to Colchester, I went there. Actually, no, it was twice I went there. No, wait. Once I went there, of course, obviously with the coach. And then the second time I went there from this season, when we lost 2-0 at the start of the season. I think that was our first away day of this season, just gone. Correct me if I'm wrong. It took me like half an hour, 40-minute walk. And it's just the problem is you have to get a taxi and all that. It's in the middle of an industrial estate. It's not the great ground. It's not a great ground. And look, I'd have to put them in, of course, 20th place. In 19th, of course, I've only been there once, is Harrogate Town. Harrogate Town, small ground, bit of a tight squeeze away day. Look, if you're going to be going on, of course, the train, it's not that bad. Because when I went to Harrogate in, not this season, but the season before. I went there for the day. I went to Leeds, got the National Express. Took me 3 hours from Milton Keynes, and then obviously I had to change from York, Harrogate. That's a bit of a problem. And look, I think if you go by coach, it's absolutely fine. And Harrogate's a bit of a middle of nowhere. They've got a very nice food there. The food's quite decent, but it's a bit of a small terrace. So I'll have to put them in 19th position. In 18th place, I have to go with Newport County. Sorry, Mike Green. 18th place. Look, I've been to County 3 times, and I remember I went. I didn't go to the game when we lost 6-3 because unfortunately I was working and it was Christmas period. But I will be going Newport County again next season. Hopefully we get them earlier this time. Don't play them later in the year. Newport County is a bit of a ground where, one, they don't even let you vlog and all that stuff in the away end. It's a bit of, the area is not that great. Of course, the only thing you got good and nice about Newport is obviously you got that little bridge and all that stuff near like the little town centre. You got a few shops and all that. And I remember I went there for the first time quite a few years back, even under Tisdale. We got there one time and the game never really went ahead. And I remember going there and literally 20 minutes from spare, called off, bag waterlogged pitch. And I went there on the Tuesday night and the EK scored. Look, I have to put Newport in 18th place. Moving on to 17th is Cheltenham. First time I went to Cheltenham this season. It's not a bad ground, but I think the area itself is, look, they've got an all right car park. Of course, it's only around the corner, but it's in the middle of nowhere. It's middle of the street. There's not many. There's a couple of decent pubs over there, but not great. 16th, I have to go with Walsall. Walsall itself, I've been there 3 times now. I went there in January. I'll be going there again next season. It's crazy that they're still in League Two after like having a good half to the season, and I really thought they were going to win the league, but fortunately not. They completely bottled it big time. Walsall, I have to put them in 16th place because literally it's in the middle of retail park. It's called the Poundland Stadium. The only thing what's good about Walsall, you got like a nice little welcome bar where it invites little fans and that. But I'll have to put it in 16th. The area is not great. I've been there before. In 15th place, I'm going to go for is MK Dons, my club. Look, don't get me wrong. MK Dons, me as an MK Dons content creator, of course. Look, quality stadium, good facilities, Premiership stadium. I think the only problem is, and I have to say it myself, and I don't want to be like biased to my own club, it doesn't fill up, okay? And there's a lot of empty seats, and I feel like, look, okay, the capacity has got a little bit better recently, but I just think like there's like empty seats, and I feel like the only time where we end up filling it up if a big championship club or a Premier League club comes, or maybe something like you get all these little events like Ability Counts Day. Of course, you get Family Fun Day. Cheaper tickets will go down. And I think that's the only problem with us, with MK Dons. It doesn't seem, if you've got a Premiership stadium, it doesn't fill up. And that's always been a problem with MK. And I'm sure, obviously, like maybe just because obviously the position we are in the league, I think people have started to stop going. But now with this new manager, we've got now Paul Warne. Hopefully we get something going into next season. And if we have a better season, right, a lot of people will start coming. So that's why I've gone with 15th MK Dons. In 14th place, I've gone for Swindon Town. Of course, we played them on the final game of the season, Louis' final away game. He came on for a few minutes. Of course, that was at the beginning of May. Of course, and look, don't get me wrong, I think the concourse needs to improve a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it's got a bit of a massive narrow car park. There's a pub which is in like a few minutes away. I remember going there for the first time. I've been to Swindon twice. Look, it's an all right ground. It's an all right ground. It's a bit of a massive area when you go in. Good away day near towards the end of the season. That's why I've gone from in 14th place. 13th place, I've gone with Port Vale. I love Port Vale. I have been there 3 times. And but the only problem is you get to Stoke-on-Trent. I mean, you have to end up, it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's about an hour walk. And look, if you get there like really early in the morning, like 10 or 11, it's worth walking. It's like an hour and a half. And then like you go past like Stoke City's ground and you have to get a taxi. It's about £10 for a taxi. Hence why I have to go for 13th place. In 12th place, Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley, look, good away day, good terrace ground. I've been there 2-3 times now. I think twice I've been to Accrington Stanley. I didn't go this season on a Tuesday night. Of course, I didn't really bother. Of course, and plus Ben Gladwin was in charge. We didn't have a manager then at the time after when Lindsay got sacked before Paul Warren got the job near towards the end of the season. I think it's a good clubhouse. I remember the first time I went there was 2019. Of course, COVID season, just before COVID hit the year after that. I just think the problem is if you're going to go there on a Tuesday night, it's like you're looking at a long night. You ain't getting home. It's about 3.5 hours, Lancashire. You ain't getting home until minimum at least 2 in the morning. And the trouble is, I just feel like if it's a rain, wet day, there's always a bit of a curse every time when we play Aki away from home. Accrington, there's always a bit of a problem. The weather's not that great up there. But if on occasion, this is why I like these sort of grounds, play these northern clubs like Accrington, Fleetwood, Newport, play these sort of clubs where you get them at the start of the season and then you don't have to avoid like postponements and all that sort of stuff. Hence why it's best to play these sort of clubs at the start of the season. That's why I've gone for Aki in 12th place. 11th place, I've already been there here one. In 11th place, Morecambe. Morecambe, I have to rank them in 11th place. Look, I've never been to an MK Dons match to watch Morecambe v MK, but I have been to Morecambe, the area itself. It's got a very, very nice little seaside. It's about a 20-minute walk from the stadium, from the Mozart Stadium. Funny enough, I have been inside for a bit of a stadium tour. A bit of a small ground, not great. Sometimes for me, when I look at Morecambe, the concourse is good. Nice little small pitch. Very friendly club. Small ground. The away end's not the great, but of course, obviously, you've got the seaside. You've got a couple of pubs around Morecambe, Blackpool area. Of course, if you're like in Queanbeyan, obviously going to Morecambe, obviously, if you know the area, I have to put Morecambe in 11th place. And it is a shame, obviously, they got relegated to the National League. But I'm wishing Morecambe to obviously try and go straight back up into League 2. In 10th place, where I went on New Year's Day, absolutely quality away day. I'm not going to lie, has to be up there with obviously, well, in one of like the second, third away day. And it was a real good start to the start of the year, is Chesterfield. I remember Chesterfield away. Of course, obviously I went by train through like Leicester, Sheffield, Derby. I think the ground's good. Of course, you've got like a pub which is just outside the ground. You've got a couple of shops like Morrison's local, Greg's. You've got a few corner shops. I think it's got a bit of an Aldi there. The away ground is very good. And when we went there in January and on New Year's Day, we won that game 1-0. Absolutely unreal. Of course, obviously, I vlogged the game. So I have to put Chesterfield in 10th. In 9th place, I have to go, of course, and who are now in League One now after winning the playoffs, is AFC Wimbledon. The only issue I have with AFC, I only went there once. Of course, obviously, you have to wait behind the stadium, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But the ground itself is pretty decent. Of course, you obviously it's one of the like good League 2 trips in London. Obviously, if you go through St Pancras International, take the train from the Sutton train, and then obviously you get off at AFC. The only problem I really don't like is obviously they keep you behind, which is a bit of a problem. And I went there obviously in the 23-2024 season. So I'm going to have to put AFC in 9th place. In 8th place, I've only been there once, and that was in 2019 when we won there 3-2. Conor McGrandle scored. Carlisle United. The thing what I like about Carlisle, okay, yes, the travelling is a bit of a nightmare. It's about a 5-hour drive. But Carlisle, for me, has got a few nice little decent pubs. The ground's not too far from the town centre. I remember I went there once and it was literally full of like loads of Carlisle fans, and I didn't really know the area itself at first. But Carlisle, great view to take like some good videos and camera footage. So I'm going to have to put them in 8th place. In 7th place, I'm going to have to go is Doncaster United. Driving up to Donny, the car parking's a bit of an out of the way. You've got a few nice little pubs, which is about 5-10 minute walk. But Donny is quite a decent ground. Of course, I have to go for is 6th place. I'd have to go with Fleetwood. What I like about Fleetwood is, of course, you've got the gym bar. If you been to Blackpool before, if you're like familiar with Blackpool, you can get the trams to Fleetwood, and of course you've got St Anne's and the gym stand bar. Quality, and the people are very friendly, very, very connective. It's like, I like a ground like that where obviously it's connected inside the ground together. Sometimes the only problem is if you're going on a Tuesday night, it's not the greatest weather if you're going in like start of the year. For 6th place, I have to go with Fleetwood. In 5th place, I have to go with Bradford. Bradford, I went there twice. I went there this season, and of course, I went there the season before on a Tuesday night. Absolutely unreal fans. Probably one of the best fans in League Two from last season. Quality view, absolutely unreal. Looks like an old Premiership stadium. Bradford City, of course, absolutely unreal fans. Now they're in League One. In 4th place, Crewe Alexander. The only problem I have with Crewe, of course, look, the ground is obviously outside the station. The area is not great itself, but of course, obviously, you've got like we went to a pub on Bank Holiday Easter Monday, and it was a quality away day. Not going to lie, we won that game 1-0. Very good performance. It was obviously our new manager's game, first away game in, of course, as the new manager. I have to go with 4th with Crewe. 3rd place, I have to go with Grimsby. I haven't been to Grimsby for about 7 years. I will go there again for next season. Grimsby, a very good coast. The concourse is good. Nice little fish and chips outside the ground. The car parking's a bit of a problem, so that's why I've gone with 3rd. 2nd place is Tranmere Rovers. Quality stadium. The area itself, probably not the greatest, but 2nd place, I have to go with Tranmere Rovers. Got a very nice little tent. The people are very friendly over there, very good connections. Got a lovely food. The food is quality. The pub, obviously, outside the ground and the car park is absolutely immense. I have to go with 2nd. And finally, 1st place, probably my favourite ground. And I will be going there next season. And I'm hoping it's a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff, so I can make a night out there, right? It's Notts County. Of course, Notts County, absolutely quality. Great there. In case you guys are familiar with the Hooters, absolutely quality. The food is very expensive. I went there with my missus in April. Notts County, I have to go in 1st place. So we're going to leave you guys from here. That is my every League Two away day ranking of the 2024-2025 season. Let me know if you do like it. I do apologise that I have gone very, very long. The video might be like 20 minutes or so you don't have to watch every single video of the whole 20 minutes. You can watch at least a minute or two. It does help the algorithm grow. Can we try and aim for 35 likes on the video? Much appreciated if we can. 30 to 35 likes. And there'll be plenty of MK Dons content. I probably end up dropping a video either tomorrow or Thursday, probably more likely to be on Thursday. And we'll see you for a brand new video. Take care.